Hello everyone, welcome back to Lilac Moon Tarot. Today's pick a card reading are your weekly messages and advice for December 7th through the 13th. If you're familiar with pick a card readings, all the timestamps will be listed down below, so if you already know what pile you'd like, go ahead and select that timestamp. However, here we have pile number 1 with Garnet, pile number 2 with Fluorite, and pile number 3 with clear quartz. I always suggest take a few moments, take a few deep breaths, really center yourself, think about what it is that you want to know about for the upcoming week, and then go ahead and decide which pile you'd like. And again, select the timestamp down below and enjoy your reading. Hello, pile number 2. You all picked the Garnet. It's a super dark red. It's really pretty. Alright, so keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates, leave behind the rest. We're going to start with some oracle and then finish up with tarot. Your first card here is a stag spirit. Take the lead. You need to take charge this week. I get the feeling maybe some of you have been putting off things that you need to get done, and you just kind of need to take charge and get those things done. Maybe you need to, for some of you it might have something to do with a friendship, I feel like, or something where you need to take the initiative and contact the person, reach out to the person. This could apply to a job as well. If you've applied to a job and you haven't heard back, take the lead, take control, and give them a call. Be like, hey, I haven't heard back from you. I put in my application like 2 weeks ago. Although you really shouldn't wait like 2 weeks to contact your employer back, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, there's something in your life, and I feel like you probably know when I say it, that there's something that you need to take control of and take the lead on. Like I said, it could be a relationship, friendship, career, it could be finances. Just taking control of your finances, take charge of your finances, really recognize what you're doing and what's working and what's not working. Your next card here says don't stop. Yeah, take the lead and don't stop. So don't just get stuff done this week and then completely fubar yourself next week, okay? You need to keep going. And I feel like this card came up last week for a pile too. Don't stop, keep going. It's that simple. It's hard, and I totally get this. It's hard sometimes to keep going when we feel like we aren't seeing progression, or we aren't seeing rewards for our efforts, right? So even though you can't see the results or the rewards of what you're trying to do, whether it's like work or something like that, or it could be just you manifesting things in your life, just keep going and trust that the universe will present what you need in the time that you need it. Your next card here says Healer of the Ages. So I'm trying to make these fit. They're not fitting. I picked big cards this week, I guess. So Healer of the Ages to me is like, some of you could be healing type people, of course. Some of you might need some healing, and maybe some of you are really going through a transformation where you need some healing. Trying to make these fit, I'm sorry. It's distracting me. Yeah, some of you might really need to go through some healing, or maybe in taking charge taking the lead and not stopping, it's creating a very powerful healing within. You feel relaxed, you feel calm, you feel complete. Kind of like when you clean out your house or your car or something, you know how it feels really good that there's no mess and everything's clean and it makes you feel great. I think that's the kind of cycle you're entering right now. You're cleaning out the dust in your life, whether it's, physical dust in your apartment or mental dust, really. Yeah, don't stop, even if it gets hard. But I feel like some of you are at like a breaking point, and that's why it's kind of like take the lead. You can't let this consume you. You just need to take the lead and you need to get started. Alright, your first tarot card here. You've got the Hierophant in reverse, so this is your energy this week. The Hierophant, to me, when it's reversed, I think you're taking a look at your beliefs and your foundations and adjusting your habits and things that you believed in and making them better for yourself. You need to break away from the constraints of what's considered quote unquote normal. And that's good. And I think just owning it and like kind of like this take the lead card, owning what it is and who you are is really, really important this week for you. Your block this week is the Page of Cups in reverse. So there's some sort of emotional delay here. Maybe you're a little setback. Maybe you have a significant other that's not being as supportive as you'd hoped. Or maybe you had a date that went wrong, or you've just had some sort of emotional connection go wrong, or there's some sort of delay. Could just be a friend too. You've been wanting to hang out with a friend or talk with a friend, and everything keeps getting put off, and it's exhausting, it's taxing. So that's kind of your block this week. I think just don't let it get to you. Delays happen. Don't assume the worst. Don't assume that this person hates you or doesn't like you anymore or isn't interested in you anymore. Life happens. Things are crazy right now. Reach out and try again soon. And it's just a short delay. It's not, anything significant here. Your best advice for this week is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Really take a look at your finances. Figure out what is working and what's not working. I feel like my camera is... There we go. I think we just weren't far out enough. I was like, why isn't everything fitting? Okay. So really take a look at your finances. Where are you holding on to money too tightly? Where are you letting it slip through your fingers? You've been feeling a little financially unstable lately, and you gotta reel it back in. The warning of the Four of Pentacles is always like being like too miserly with your money, being too careful, penny pinching. Really reevaluate your money situation. And your overall outcome here, end of the week energy, is the Eight of Cups. So there's something emotionally that you're attached to that you're finally releasing, that you're finally walking away from. You are done with that part of your life. For some of you, it could be this relationship or friendship that maybe you've tried to take the lead on, that you feel like you've put all the effort into, and you're being met with delays or frustrations with this person. And by the end of the week, you're like, you know what? I'm clearing that dust out of my mind. I'm clearing that dust out of my life. I'm not calling your friend or your partner dusty, but it's, if it feels negative in the corners of your mind, you don't need it there. You need a higher vibration than that in your life. you're ready to let go of those cups that don't serve you, those emotions that don't serve you. Those things could be thoughts, memories, people in your life that just don't align with you anymore, that you don't want. And that's really good, and that's really freeing. And the next card after the Eight of Cups is the Nine of Cups, which is like your wishes and dreams coming true and being fulfilled. So once you can release all the crap, that's when manifestations start happening. When you raise your vibration, that's when everything you wanted will start to fall into place. So really releasing that dust, right? Cleaning out the clutter in our mind, the clutter in our home, and just realigning ourselves with what our purpose is and what and like what we want to do, what we want overall in our lives. And that's like the ultimate healing, right? That's the ultimate feeling of release and like ultimate like soul cleanse. That's what like Healer of the Ages is to me. It's like your ultimate like soul. It's not just like physical healing or like cleaning your house, right? It's literally like your soul is cleansed, and you're realigning your vibration with what it should be in the universe. Alright, I'm gonna end the reading there for you, pile number one. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below if this did resonate for you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number two. You all picked this little fluorite point. So just a reminder in the beginning that these readings are general. Take what resonates and leave behind the rest. We're going to start with some oracle, finish up with some tarot. Let's get started. Your first card here is Peacock Spirit. Let it shine. Be your most authentic self this week. Focus on yourself. Focus on some self-care this week, and really let your heart shine. Let your true self shine. Be yourself. Be authentically yourself. Flaunt what you have, and don't be afraid to flaunt it. That's kind of like what the peacock does, right? He fans his feathers to attract a mate, but he's also not afraid to show it off. He's like, here I am, this is me. Take it or leave it. And hopefully, he has a peacock come over that's interested in him. But regardless of relationship or not, it's more just being in touch with yourself and who you are, and appreciating yourself and what you're capable of. Your next card says, meditation brings answers. Some of you really need to spend some time this week just doing some self-reflection, especially if this Let It Shine card makes you feel uncomfortable, where you're like, I don't know who I am and I don't want to show the world who I am. Well, you need to spend some time internalizing that and think on it. Do some meditation. There's tons of guided meditations on like YouTube and stuff that can help you work through some of that energy if you really truly aren't comfortable with yourself. Your last oracle card here says strategy. So you need to strategize this week. I get the sense that some of you really need to be organized better this week. You need to plan out your week. Maybe you all have a busy week and you really need to strategize, or else that you're gonna fall behind. So really take the time to plan out your week, or if there's a project you're working on or some other anything that could involve any sort of planning or strategy, make sure you take the time to do it and do it well, and that way you will have that success that you need. Alright, your first tarot card here is the Ten of Cups. This is your energy this week. So the Ten of Cups, for some of you, if you're in a relationship, this is a really good sign. Some of you might get engaged this week, or maybe some of you are getting married. Nice little winter wedding, at least if you're in North America. It's just that penultimate love and bliss and family feeling, and just getting everything that you ever wanted emotionally. Now, those of you who like aren't in a relationship or anything like that, it's just getting everything that you wanted emotionally, or you just feel very emotionally balanced and stable. And if you've been in a depressive funk, you're finally kind of coming out of it, or you feel like you've reached the end of this emotional journey and you're finally feeling more on top of the world. It's really, really good. Emotions are flowing and everything's happy. Your block for this week is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles to me is all about work, usually collaborating with others, but also work and financial growth. Maybe some of you are struggling this week at work, or you are running into a little bit of a financial problem where money doesn't seem to be coming in for you as much as it has in the past. And maybe it's time to try a new strategy, which is funny because I wasn't even looking at that oracle card, but yeah, trying a new strategy, trying something new and different to mix things up at work, or if you run your own business, there's something new you need to try, and you'd be surprised at what it can bring you. You just need to not let this like speed bump really just throw you off. Your best advice for this week, you've got the Two of Swords. You need to make a decision, and it needs to be just a clear mental choice. You can't let emotions or money or material things get in the way of this decision. You need to make a choice, and you need to kind of make it clearly and unbiased, because you think of the Two of Swords and she's blindfolded and she's trying to decide which way to go, what to do, and you just kind of gotta go with your intuition. I feel like you almost know what you should do, but you're still kind of deciding or hemming and hawing about it. You just gotta do it. And your end of the week outcome energy is the Two of Wands in reverse. So it's funny, you've got two twos here. The Two of Wands in reverse, again, is a decision, but you're not making it, and it's really messing up your energy. You can't decide where to place your energy, because that's what the Two of Wands is. It's deciding what would be better to put our energy into, would it be better to do this or that, and like fully commit to it. This might be a sign that whatever decision you make here with the Two of Swords, it might not be in your best interest energetically, but it might make the most sense logically, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that it'll all pan out for you, because you do have this Ten of Cups here, and maybe as like energetically tired or mentally frustrated you are with it, you still feel happy, you feel mental or emotionally stable, and like it's the right choice for your heart. Excuse me, I don't know where that yawn came from. It's the right choice for your heart and your emotions. It just might be a little bit tough energetically, but sometimes just that little speed bump of being a little tired, a little exhausted, or a little bit scattered, in the end product will be better. And I feel like it won't be as bad as you think if you come up with the right strategy for it. and spend some time meditating about it, really thinking about it. And meditation might be the answer for you to decide with that Two of Swords. Whatever you've been debating about, spend some time thinking about it, meditating on it, and figure out what the best choice is for you. Alright, I'm going to end the reading there for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below if this did resonate for you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. You all picked the little clear quartz. So just as a reminder, these readings are general. Take what resonates and leave behind the rest. We're going to start with some oracle, finish up with some tarot. Let's get started. Your first card here is Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. So, maybe this card will make more sense with more cards, but life is a mystery. And maybe lately you've been spending a lot of time trying to figure life out too much. I know in the past, me personally, I've become hyper fixated on like what my purpose is and what I should be doing with my life and what's my job and yada yada yada. Take how that applies to you. Sometimes life is a mystery. Sometimes we don't have all the answers, and a lot of the time it's not worth putting in the energy and the mental effort to try and figure all that out. Hopefully the rest of the cards will kind of make more sense of that card, but that's the takeaway I get from it. Your next card here is Forgiveness. Some of you really need to forgive yourselves, and maybe that's what this Life is a Mystery is about. Like I said, one of the biggest mysteries, like for me personally in the past, has been like, what's my life purpose? What am I meant to be doing? And a lot of times it's really hard to forgive ourselves for what we deem past mistakes, failures, shortcomings, regrets. We just need to let a lot of that go, and there needs to be a lot of forgiveness for ourselves. For some of you, obviously this could be forgiveness for someone else, or maybe someone's finally forgiving you for something that you've done. Either way, it's a very freeing feeling, forgiveness, you know, forgiving ourselves, forgiving others, recognizing that there's only so much we can control. Your last oracle card here says Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. Yeah, see, that's why I was like, I feel like this is us forgiving ourselves. There's a lot of healing and happiness that's coming for you and that you're working through. And like I said, I mean, that was just the gut feeling I got from the first 2 oracle cards. So it's coming. If it's not already here, you're finally recognizing what it is you need to move on. Sorry, big yawn. You have all this healing coming, or you're working on a lot, and it's in turn bringing you a lot of happiness, which is all we can ask for. And sometimes we just need to accept that we can't control everything, and that life is a mystery, and we just kind of have to navigate it the best we can. And I think that's the big key to forgiveness. As long as you've navigated life as best as you can, there should be no regrets, there should be no frustrations, and if there are, you need to forgive yourself for them, because you're going, you know, rolling with the punches, flowing with the tide, you know, whatever analogy you'd like to use for that. It's, you tried your best, and you just need to forgive yourself if you feel like it wasn't enough, and in turn, those doors to personal healing and happiness will fling right open, and then you'll start to raise your vibration and feel better about yourself and your environment. All right, let's get started with some tarot. Your first card here is your energy. You've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles is all about patience and waiting for your seeds to grow. Like, you've planted your seeds and you're just waiting to harvest the fruits of your labor. When it's reversed, I feel like we're often being a little impatient. We're a little frustrated that things aren't being handed to us yet. And you just need to have a little bit more patience, a little bit more time. You might also need to regroup and put a little more effort into what it is you're trying to cultivate, whether it's a relationship, a work, a job, career, money, what have you. Yeah, let's see what the next card is. The next card here is the World, and this is your block for the week. So the World is the end of the major arcana. It's the end of a big cycle. It's the end of the Fool's journey. It's that penultimate, like, end of a cycle, the completion, and kind of having everything that you want. Why is this a block for you? Why is having everything that you could ever wish for a block? That's huge. And I feel like that goes along with the Forgiveness card and the Personal Healing and Happiness card, because sometimes we really feel like we don't deserve happiness, that we don't deserve the world. And that's something I think this pile really just needs to sit down and think about. Just really, maybe you don't know what you want your world to look like, and maybe you need to really spend some time thinking about what your ideal life would look like. If money, time, whatever wasn't an issue, what would you be doing for a job? What would your house look like? What would your partner look like? What would your environment feel like, look like, you know, smell, taste, whatever, like, you know, everything down to the littlest details. What does your perfect world look like? And then how can you get there? What can you do to get there as best you can? Your best advice for this week is the High Priestess in reverse. So the High Priestess is usually about trusting your intuition and, like, deep rooted knowledge and power and wisdom. And also has a lot to do with, like, the feminine and, like, witchy, and that's what I get from it. When it's reversed, we're not in touch with that in our lives right now, and maybe that's something you need to get in touch with, is more of your spiritual side, and more in touch with your intuition. Maybe you've been blocking your intuition a lot lately and not really trusting it. You feel like it's led you astray in the past, so you're afraid to trust it this time. You need to do some self-reflection and figure out why it is you don't think you can trust your intuition. Your last card here is the Devil. This is your end of the week energy and outcome. So with the Devil, I feel like you're really gonna make progress this week, but you need to be careful not to fall back into comfortable habits. I feel like you're gonna make so much progress, really taking time to think about what it is you want your world to look like, but then you fall back into what's comfortable, which is the Devil, because the Devil's all about addictions and, you know, comfort and comfortable patterns of living, because we're afraid to break the chains and try something new. And so it's not to say that you need to figure out what you want your world to look like this week and make all the changes this week. It is okay sometimes, in moderation, to fall back on things that make us comfortable, make us feel safe. However, you need to recognize that at some point you will need to break those chains, and you will need to move forward in order to ultimately have those doors open, right? A personal healing and happiness, to have the world obtained for you. And it might just be that you need some more time to grow and to learn. Like I said, the Seven of Pentacles is waiting for that growth and having patience. And maybe, you know, this week is a good start to all this, and you might find yourself falling back into comfortable habits. And like I said, that's okay, as long as they aren't self-destructive too much. We all have those things that we kind of fall back to when we have a bad day. You know, you think about when you have a bad day, what do? You know, do you grab that, you know, giant Hershey's chocolate bar, or do you know, call out of work and not do anything and lay in bed and be sad, or, you know, whatever, however that applies to you. As long as you don't get stuck there, as long as you don't get stuck in that comfortable, I think you can still have a chance to grow and ultimately get this world that I think you truly desire. You can see it, and I think a lot of you know what you want that world to look like, but you don't know how to get there, and you just need to spend some time figuring out how to get there. And maybe you feel like you've missed some steps, and that's why you have regret and frustrations, because you're like, well, if I hadn't done XYZ, then I'd have enough money for this mansion that I've always dreamed of, or, you know, whatever, however that applies to you. It's learning to forgive yourself and recognize that today's a new day, tomorrow's a new day. You just need to start taking steps now to obtain that world that you so desire. Alright, I'm going to end your reading there, pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below if this did resonate for you. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!